I'm the manifest boss, babe.
Powered by Riverside
What
FM.
if I told you that everything you desire is already waiting for you? You just have to claim it. Welcome to the Manifest Boss Babe podcast, where we turn mindset shifts into massive success. I'm Amanda, a high-performance mindset coach, manifestation queen, and entrepreneur, and I am obsessed with helping you create the life you've been dreaming of. In this podcast, we talk about mindset, manifestation, business, and how to become your 2.0 version. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Manifest Boss Babe. Today, we're diving into a topic that hit me hard and is probably going to resonate with you too: self-sabotage. You know, that sneaky little voice that holds you back when you're just about ready to shine? I've been there and I'm still wrestling with it. And I'm pulling inspiration from a book that shook me to my core. The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest. I've read this book 3 times now and I have it on audiobook. And every time I read it, something different lands for me. I take something away different from it each and every time. That's why I find it so important to reread these books that you have on your bookshelf, those amazing transformative ones. Another great one that I have is Atomic Habits by James Clear. I've read that one numerous times because every time you read it, you take something from it, you implement it into your life, you grow, you expand, you change. And then when you read it again, you're a completely different fucking person. So when you read it from a different point of view, you're going to learn something new and you're going to implement that. Anyways, I'm getting off track. We're going to get back into self-sabotage. So today I'm going to talk about why we self-sabotage ourselves, how to spot it, and most importantly, how to break free and own your worth like the badass that you are. So grab a coffee, your journal, or if you're listening to this on your walk or while you're driving, just vibe with me, okay? All right. So let's break it down. Self-sabotage is when you're your own worst enemy, consciously or not. It's procrastinating on that dream job. It's procrastinating on that project, ghosting a healthy relationship, or talking yourself out of a big move because you're not ready. So does that sound familiar? The Mountain Is You calls it a coping mechanism, and I do too. It's your brain's way of keeping you safe in your comfort zone, and it's holding you back. But here's the thing, that comfort zone, it's a trap. It's not protecting you, it's keeping you small. For me, self sabotage shows up big time in dating. I'll get so close to something so amazing, and then bam, I find a way to mess it up. Or I look for different things, or I'll keep them at an arm's length. Or I'll actually attract men in that I know aren't in alignment with me. And then I'll just prove to myself, see, it wasn't meant to be. Well, of course not, because they weren't even the right person to begin with. But that's how I sabotage myself. And Brianna says this happens because we're scared of change, even if it's good change. Our brains are wired to stick with what's familiar, even if it's toxic. But recognizing this is the very first step to breaking free. So growing up, I was never a super skinny girl. I had big thighs and junk in the trunk. I couldn't ever find jeans that fit me properly because we all know Levi's didn't have Lycra in the 90s. So by the time I could actually find jeans that fit my thick thighs and my butt, they were ginormous around the waist. I remember shopping for clothes in Zellers and my mom telling me that I just might have to wear sweatpants because I couldn't find jeans. I was beyond mortified. I can still recall sitting on that bench in Zellers, feeling ashamed of myself and my body. Like, despite being super active, I was living on a farm with chores, played sports, and I rode my bike everywhere. I just felt like I could never be skinny, didn't matter what I did. And I remember being super frustrated, my mom just assuring me that I'm just big boned and that's just my body makeup. That's how I was supposed to look. And I lived with that belief my entire life. I started making changes with my health and fitness, and then my body would start to change. And I start to feel good about myself. And then I would start to get attention from people. Women asking me, what have I been doing? or they'd be jealous and giving me that snide, you know what that is. And I start getting attention from men. That made me very uncomfortable. And my lack of self worth was telling me this isn't safe. So I would start self sabotaging myself. I would unconsciously start to binge eat, making me feel good in that moment, feeding that instant gratification. And then one slip up, I'm telling myself this one slip up, that's not going to affect my progress. But then it would spiral and it turned into a new habit, like a fucking addiction. I had converted back into my old habits that kept me in that safe, overweight body because that's where my baseline was. I was comfortable there and safe there. And if you guys have been following me, you know my story of my lack of confidence growing up, like not feeling good enough or pretty or worthy and no guys liked me. So this new attention freaked the shit out of me. I didn't know how to handle it. So I'd always revert back to what I knew. Okay, so how do you know when you're self sabotaging yourself? It's sneaky, but there's clues. And maybe you're a chronic procrastinator, like always waiting for the perfect moment. Or you pick fights with someone that you love to push them away. Or maybe you downplay your wins because who the hell are you to shine? Those are all signs of sabotage. I'm going to give you 3 common triggers to watch for. Number 1, fear of failure or success. You avoid risks because you're so scared to fail, or honestly, scared of what might actually become. Number 2, low self worth. If you don't believe you deserve good things, you'll find ways to prove yourself right. Been there. Remember the dating scenario that I was telling you about? About how I would like not find guys that are in alignment with me. So then I would prove to myself, see, I was right. And number 3, old stories. Those limiting beliefs like I'm not good enough or I always mess up keeps you stuck in that fucking loop. Like for me, fear of success is actually a huge one. I would tell myself that I'm not ready for it and I would stall. These triggers are your mountain, your resistance to growth. But here's the good news, you can climb it by getting curious, not judgmental. And then you ask yourself, why am I doing this? What am I trying to protect myself from? One trigger for me is procrastination. I will hold up on things that I really need to get done, especially when it comes to my success. What would happen if I became viral overnight? Would I be able to handle it? Could I be someone that makes such a huge difference in this world? Do I actually want all that of attention? And here's another belief that I grew up with, that rich people aren't good people, that they are greedy and selfish. So I subconsciously didn't want to have a lot of money because I didn't want to be known as one of those people. And this is a loop for a bunch of people. I know this. Because when you make a lot of money, you spend more money because you don't feel that you deserve to have it. So you get rid of it faster. And then you're still living that paycheck to paycheck because you don't believe that you can hold it. Like those people that win the lottery, there's lots of people, I'm not going to say everybody, there's lots of people that'll win the lottery and then they're broke right after. It's because they don't know how to handle that amount of money because they don't believe they deserve it, or their nervous system isn't regulated to hold that amount of money because they aren't that person that believes that they can have it. And even with those weight loss shows, I've seen those too, where they go away um onto this show. They're in the perfect scenario. They lose a shit ton of weight and they're supported and everything works out and da 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 da. But then they revert back. Well, it's because it happens so quickly and they have no idea how to regulate their nervous system and to believe that that's the person that they are. Same with the weight loss surgery. I know lots of people that have had that weight loss surgery. Same thing has happened. They lose all that weight super fast and then they gain it back because their nervous system isn't regulated and they don't believe that they can handle it. So then they go back to their baseline. Back to this rich person thing. So I now know that rich people are rich because they help a lot of people. They took a chance on themselves to create businesses, opportunities, which in turn has helped thousands of people, either providing with a solution to their problem, a product, or even a job. So I've rewritten my story about rich people. It's not my story. I adapted one, but now I rewrote it so then I can think about it differently, which is what you can do too. So I want you to grab a journal and write down one self sabotaging behavior that you've noticed lately. And then next to it, jot down what fear or belief that might be driving it. And ask yourself, is this really true? Or is this a story that I was told and I believed? Because guess what? This is your life and you get to rewrite your story however the fuck you want. So let's talk about how to kick the self sabotage to the curb. The mountain is you taught me. The way through is facing your fears head on and rewriting your story. There are 3 practical steps to start today. Number 1, pause and reflect. When you catch yourself sabotaging, hit pause, take a deep breath, and ask, is this choice aligning to the life that I want? Like, even when you get those nasty text messages and you're ready to react, I need you to stop and breathe for a second because that's what they're looking for is the reaction. You need to respond, not react. Respond comes from a different place. It comes from a place of who you want to be. So think about who do I want to be before you respond? Don't react. React is a subconscious reaction to whatever it is. Number 2, reframe your fears. Your fears are signposts, not stop signs. If you're scared to launch that business or leave that toxic job or relationship, see it as proof that you're on the right path. Fear means you're growing. Number 3, take tiny aligned actions. You don't have to leap off the fucking mountain. Just take one step. Send that email, make that call, or just show up for yourself. Small wins build momentum. And then I started keeping promises to myself, and it has snowballed into bigger changes. So here's the real talk. Breaking free isn't a one and done. I'm still even working on it every day. But every time you choose yourself over sabotage, you're rewriting your brain to believe you're worthy of epic things. And you are. This week, pick one tiny action that scares the fuck out of you, like reaching out to someone or starting a project, and do it. I want you to know what you did. So put it on your story and tag me, Manifest Boss Babe, so I can cheer you on. All right, so that's a wrap for today's episode. Self-sabotage is a beast, but you're stronger than it. Start spotting those triggers, take those tiny steps, and watch how your life transforms. I'm rooting for you and I want to hear your stories. Hey, and if you haven't already, join my free Unleash Your Inner Boss Babe Facebook group to connect with other fierce women, share your wins, and get exclusive tips on how to unleash your magic. Click on the link in the show notes to join us. And if you love this episode, please drop me a review, share it with your bestie, and let's keep owning our worth together. Until next time, babes, stay bold, stay badass, and keep climbing your mountain.